guys, it's Neil again from Heart of Texas Armory, and today I want to do another new discussion video talking about a new watch from Phoibos. So Phoibos continues to innovate, coming out with new models, and this one in particular is definitely new because it's not a true dive watch. This is going to be a field watch, so this is a first for Phoibos, and it's pretty exciting. So here I am at the Phoibos website here, phoiboswatch.com, and let's scroll down a little bit here, and you'll notice on their new arrivals they've added a new watch. Now it's just a rendering. This is going to be released in October of 2018. So the name of this watch is going to be the Phoibos Sentinel. So it is a field watch, but it's also going to have, of course, being a from Phoibos, it's going to have a pretty good water resistant rating, which is pretty cool. So let's first let's go over to the Phoibos Watch Owners Club here on Facebook. Definitely subscribe to that if you're not. Back in January of this year, 2018, Phoibos released these renderings of a new watch design that they were going to call the Sentinel. And you can see it here in front of you. Now, a lot of people liked it, but I think more expressed a negative opinion of this dial. You'll notice immediately that really brash camo dial, as well as the Phoibos logo with the little Brody cap, the World War II British style helmet. Those two items people just weren't a real big fan of. It was a little too wild for them, and I was definitely one of those people that didn't like that camo dial. So what's cool about Phoibos is they actually listen to their customers. So a lot of watch companies, you can send suggestions or whatever, but they're just going to ignore it, or it feels like you're just falling on deaf ears. But Phoibos actually listens to their customers because they changed a lot of these things that people were voicing their opinion about. So quickly, before we show you the new model, let's go ahead and just cycle through some of these colors. So they were going to have also a brown camo, which I'm not a fan of that at all. And then here the blue, which again, it's just too much for me. And then there's a look at the really cool case back. That is really nice. So that was the original rendering that was released in, again, around mid-January 2018. So let's go look at the new one. So right here we go on the Phoibos website again, looking at the Sentinel's little page here. So let's talk about this thing. So immediately, let's look at the price. So $379, and the release date again is October of 2018. So about what is that? About 5 or 6 months away. But the changes they made are all positive. I mean, they got rid of that camo dial. You're looking at the picture here. These new renderings. I think people are really going to prefer this new design here that they came out with. So let's talk about these specs real quick. So again, $379 is the price, which that's a little high. That's probably one of the most expensive Phoibos watches to this point, but you do have a really nice set of specs with this particular watch. So what are those specs? Let's look here. So we're going to have 3 different versions of the dial, and they're listed there. Now, your movement is going to be a Miyota 9015, which is a really nice automatic movement. It's definitely an upgrade, in my opinion, over the standard Seiko NH35 that most of your Phoibos watches come with. So I think that's a really nice movement at this price point. Now, the case on the original rendering, Phoibos had announced it was going to be titanium. You can see here on this newest one that they've gone back to 316L stainless, which is standard. I'm not opposed to that at all. In fact, I probably prefer the stainless steel, to be honest with you. The titanium is definitely cool and unique, and it's going to be very lightweight, but the titanium does scratch really easy. I don't know if any of you guys ever owned any titanium frame watches, but it does pick up scratches really easy, which can be a problem. Now your bands are going to have 2 options. You're going to have a leather strap as well as a Zulu strap, and we'll look at those in more detail in a minute. Your crystal here is going to be a sapphire crystal. It's going to be a flat one with anti-reflective coating. That's nice. And here's your water resistance rating of 200 meters. That's actually pretty good for a field watch, guys. You could actually take this probably snorkeling and maybe even scuba diving with this watch, which is cool. Now, here's the one thing that I'm not a fan of, the case size. It's still too big, I think. 42 millimeter diameter case and 50 lug to lug. Again, I think it's going to fit a good portion of the population, but to me it's a little big. I have a 7-inch wrist. I would have much preferred to see this watch at 40 millimeter case diameter and maybe 48 lug to lug. That would have been a complete home run for me. But 42 and 50, it's big, but it's still wearable. So I don't know if Phoibos is still listening to customers. I don't know if this design is completely locked in stone yet or not. But if it isn't, I would suggest 40 and 48 on the lug to lug. But again, I don't know, it may be too late for that, but still 42 and 50, not too bad. Your crown is screw down, which is nice. Of course, you're gonna have that at the 200 meter water resistance rating. And here's your lume, so you're getting actually really good lume with this as well. Super Luminova C3, and also the vintage Luminova here is available. So let's take a look at these in a little more detail. So here's the look at the watch. One of the cool things about this is I think that case design. It's really nice. Those angles look cool. It looks unique. It's well done. The dial is, of course, a field style watch. So you got the big numbers here. Very readable, easy to read watch. You do have a date window here at around 4 o'clock. And we got the Phoibos logo, the standard logo. So obviously they dropped the camo pattern dial, which that's a huge step in the right direction, and then also got rid of the little octopus with the Brody helmet, going with their standard logo, which I think that's a good decision as well. So let's continue looking at the pictures. Here's a look at the leather strap on the watch. Looks really nice. I believe it's 22 lug width there. And I'm assuming this watch is made at the new facility. They recently moved from China to a new facility, and it's definitely an awesome facility. They're making some high quality watches. Their Reef Master was their first one from that particular manufacturing facility, and it was, in my opinion, the highest quality watch that Phoibos has produced. So I'm hoping this watch is from that same facility. It probably is, based on looking at some of the details I'm seeing here. So let's look. Oh, real quick, you do see you've got the embossed octopus on the underside of the leather strap, which is cool. Cool touch. And it's signed, of course, on the buckle. Next picture here, just some more specs. Another couple points to point out here. You've got a 7 millimeter crown, and it's well protected by these lugs. So that's nicely done. And we'll look at the crown in more detail in a second. It looks really awesome. Here's another look at the dial. You can read the text they put there if you want, and we'll continue. Here's a side profile. You'll see it looks like it has a vertical brushing, which is going to look really nice, and that awesome looking star sign crown. I like that a lot. And look at the crown here. They actually have it filled with BGW9, so it's going to be lume. That's a nice touch. I like that. That's very cool, and I like that texture. That looks like it's going to be very grippy. It's going to be able to, you're going to be able to open and close that crown with no problem at all with that texture on there. And here's a look at the beautiful case back. I think this is one of my favorite case back designs I've ever seen. Really pretty engraving there. I hope the final production model has this and it looks as good as this potential rendering. I don't know who Phoibos uses for their graphics design, but they're doing a good job. Some really cool designs with their logos and case backs. So this is another winner from them. And then here's some color choices. We've got the black dial with the vintage lume and the Zulu strap. We've got a green dial with a leather. We've got the green dial with green Zulu strap. Blue dial with the leather. Blue dial with the blue Zulu, and it looks like that's it. So let's quickly look at these pictures and I'll close this video out. Let me switch over to this, and here's a look at some more details, just all on one rendering here. Most of the stuff we've already seen. Looks really nice, guys. And then the last picture here is all 6 color variations. I don't know which one I would order if I decided. I'm torn between all of them. I like all of the color choices. I think I might go with either, man, that's a tough choice, but I like the black with the vintage, but I own so many black dialed watches, so I might go with the green or blue. I don't know if I'd go with the leather or Zulu, but I think they all look really nice. So Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, Phoibos comes out with another really cool watch. Again, this one's the Phoibos Sentinel, will be released October of 2018, so not too far away. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions or comments on this watch, feel free to leave them down below. I would love to hear from you guys. And once again, this is Neil at Heart of Texas Armory. I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all guys take care.